Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Double Trouble podcast. I'm Green Man SMG 19,
I'm the Lunar Chef.
and AAC Productions.
and today we're going to be talking about that that this this movie.
Oh boy.
Yeah, oh boy. Okay.
There's no one knows where to start. There's, I don't know where to start with
Yeah,
this.
I
Like, there's
don't know
so
either.
many.
We should start with
Start with the
good. No,
positives.
yeah, let's start with the good stuff. Actually, let's start with the positives of the movie. Who wants to start?
Oh crap! My
So
notebook's on the other side of the room. 1 second.
What?
I'll say it.
All right, Rowan, you can start then.
Movie looks good.
It.
I'm back.
Yeah, it looks all right.
I mean,
I think I've seen better animated films, but it doesn't look the worst.
yeah, but I think the animation, in my opinion, is pretty. It's good. It's you can tell that a big studio put money into it, and yeah, it looks good. It's I mean, it's not like peak animation. It's just pretty.
It looks it
Uh,
looks it looks all right. It's decent. You know?
I don't.
That
What in
that
the
the best
hell?
we got, or do you got
The, uh,
something more?
the way okay, I would like to say the way that it looked like the way that they translate. Sorry, I was getting a call. Oh, the way they translate the art style of Dr. Seuss into 3D is not the worst. Like
Yeah,
like I think it's fun.
there's stuff that looks worse. Like I don't really like how the new Cat in the Hat one looks like. That's like coming out.
Yeah,
I don't really like the way
kind
that
of
one
looks like
looks.
AI.
Yeah, it does not look good. But yeah, no.
So I think comparatively, this is actually translated pretty
Yeah,
well.
it does translate Dr. Seuss's art style pretty good, even if it somewhat combines itself with the illumination like kind of art style, which I don't have a problem with that much. It's just like
Yeah, I mean it works
yeah.
for Dr. Seuss.
I mean, I've always thought it was fine when they've combined art styles. Like for example, like the original Grinch is like very Chuck Jones, not really Dr. Seuss, but it still fits. It combines pretty well.
Yeah,
I think here, even though it still has this Illumination-esque look, it doesn't look the worst. I don't. I think Illumination, like their design wise, it can look good, which is why I don't think it's that bad that the characters here look like they're from Despicable Me.
yeah, they do look like they're from,
They,
especially
they have.
O'Hare. He does not look like a Dr. Seuss
O'Hare
character.
does not look like he is from
They
a
I
also,
mean,
Dr.
that
Seuss
is
branch.
I
straight
have
up.
I have quite a few positive to say, but I also, while we're still on this topic, I would like to also add they really minionsified the humming fish.
Oh,
Yo,
they
yes.
like
Really, all
minionified
the
like
animals.
all the animals mostly, but especially the fish they like minionized.
Yeah, also, like the bears were also like
The
very
bears,
like
yeah.
minions-esque. Like they had the fat one.
But I mean, it's
It's like
Illumination. You know, they have to have
they
big
need
minions.
something. They need some stupid like non-talkative creature to be like, whoa, do stupid stuff.
I actually have a fair amount of positive things to say, which is
Take
probably
it
Okay.
just
away.
about taking notes about just a bunch of random thoughts I had. So occasionally I'd think something positive. That doesn't mean I didn't hate this, but
Yeah, no, we'll get to the hate thing for like the rest of the
yeah.
video. Where right now we're trying to do
Okay,
the
well,
positives.
well, you're listing off your positive notes. I'm gonna look through my notes and see if there's anything positive.
Yeah.
So this might be due to nostalgia, but I do actually think a decent amount of the soundtrack is still pretty good.
Okay, no, I wanted to say this. Actually, well, maybe not the soundtrack, but I do think the score is pretty good. Like the actual like orchestral music is pretty good. I
Now
don't know
some of this,
about the
okay, I will admit,
soundtrack though.
I
I
will
don't know
admit
about
some of
that.
this is nostalgia blindness. I like three of the like four major songs. How
I don't
bad can I be is definitely a nostalgia blindness. I'll give it that.
I don't like any of the
Sneedville
songs,
isn't
but that
bad. What's frustrating about it, is especially one everyone knows Biggering,
yeah.
but lesser known is the
Yeah,
demo
all
of
of us.
Thneedville, where it's the same song, but the lyrics are just a bit punchier. They have a lot more hit to them.
Yeah.
Uh, I again, it gets no one talks about that one because Biggering is so much more popular. But the demo for Thneedville is also good. However, I will say, sorry, I got sidetracked. I do have quite a soft spot for Thneedville. Everybody needs a Thneed, and I how bad can I be? But that one's more so nostalgia. I like where they are in the movie. I like the way they. It's is it nostalgia? Probably. Though I think with some changes, these three are all pretty good.
I don't like any of the songs, but I think the score is good. That's my takeaway. The score isn't the.
I
It's good. It reminds me of, well, once again, it reminds me of Despicable Me, which Despicable Me 1 and 2 both have really good scores. If you've listened to
I
But
that.
if I
I'm
may
going to
put in my
stand by
two
this. I think the
cents,
soundtrack isn't bad. I think they just need slightly better lyrics.
Yeah,
if I may put in my
Moving
two
on.
cents,
yeah.
real quickly,
Mhm.
I do. I didn't really like any of the songs. I thought that they were too sort of poppy and commercially.
Yeah,
I
that's my
mean,
that was like my problem
like
with them
they
too.
were all just like they were all just like it's like be happy, smile, like get our message, right? They were super cheesy, super corny, which is usually isn't a problem for me, but like God, I'm pretty sure How Bad Can I Be uh was like awarded the most cheesy song of like a certain year.
I mean, come on.
I feel like
It straight up was because I remember I
how
was in
can
the
you
car with
say
my
that in the same
dad.
movie that has Let It Grow though?
That's true. It
Hey,
does. It is in the
I
same
didn't say
movie.
that.
Let
I'm
It
just
Grow is
saying.
a
Okay,
song
wait.
I really
He
don't
didn't
like.
say that. He didn't say that. He heard somebody's.
I'm just saying. I saw a thing on the internet like a couple years back where like that was the cheesiest song. That was elected the cheesiest song of that year. And but I mean, like, yeah, the soundtrack on its own, it's just like normal Illumination music. You know, it's
But can I
fine.
make one argument though? Needville, even the version currently in the movie, I think that one being so poppy really works to sell the idea of their society.
Yeah, but also I
Again,
think like the
they
problem with it is that
Just grating.
I think no, the problem with it is that the lyrics are so on the nose a bit.
That's my
If I
issue
could
with
uh,
say,
every song.
a
It's
lot
just
of
like
a
you
lot of
get the
the
we should
message.
we should make you you should listen to the demo though if you think this was a little because it's complicated. I
is the
guess I
demo
would say
one
it's
even
just as
more.
on the nose, but I think it's also sharper than what we have
But
currently.
I'm gonna go get my glasses so I can debate better. You guys keep talking.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
I get the idea that they're too poppy. I just, again, I do have a soft spot for like they're the only element of this movie I can still kind of get some enjoyment out of.
I don't, but that's just me.
I like pop music. That's probably where I should
Yeah, no,
probably
no,
have
I'm
out.
not. I'm not really. That's not really. I don't think that's not my forte, and I don't think that's Rowan's forte either. I could be
Now,
wrong though.
where was I? I had a well another. I want to get actually. I would like to get this out of the way first. I
All right.
think a decent amount, not all of the bits. A lot of them don't work, but I think a decent amount of the bits do work.
Yeah.
Like I think there's a lot of good jokes. I like the
Okay, actually, yeah, I
hate
want to. Okay, hold on. Yeah, that. Okay, sorry to cut you off, but that did remind me. Like, I'll give it this. There are some like pretty decent jokes in there that are like straight up pretty good. Granted, I can't think of any off the top, but there were some parts that gave me a little like nosed whiffle. You could say that.
I think the card joke is good.
Yeah,
Like
that's
where he's like, I'm playing Go Fish. He's
yeah.
playing
No, he's
and
like
he's
no,
just
he's like
hungry.
no, he's like I'm playing poker and he's playing goldfish and he's hungry. Like that bit's pretty good.
Or the bit with the where he rubs the two barbaloots together and it goes
Yeah, that one's pretty good too.
For some reason despite hating where it takes the story, I don't mind the sequence where they almost kill the one
I
star.
do. Okay, I'm
Like it's
not
so
gonna.
stupid. I think that's for some reason a scene where just my nostalgia for that part of the movie
No,
is
I just
carrying it.
it's like okay, I'll get
It's
to. I'm not gonna
I
say
hate what
anything
it does
about
to
it
the
right now.
story. I just think it's kind of funny.
I don't, but I'll get to that when we get to that.
Okay, where was did I have any
I
specific bits
have.
or can I
Okay,
just
so I don't know if that's a positive thing. It's more like a.
I'm back.
This isn't. I wouldn't say what I'm about to say is a positive thing. More like but what I'm trying to say is I sort of don't have a problem with having the one slur have a face. No, I do. I think I don't think it should happen. I don't think it should have happened, but I'm not that against it.
Can you
that's
bring me
wait,
back up to speed?
you're going off we're going off topic here.
Ah, okay. Well,
We're not done. I have one more positive though I would like to
well,
bring up. And I
I
think
was. This is like it was like sort of a positive. It might. I don't have a problem with it. I think it's fine. That's what I'm trying
I
to
mean
say.
yeah, you kind of have to it'd be very it could probably possibly be done, but it would be very difficult to have the entire movie where your main character, I mean, or the character who should be the main character, but we'll get to that later,
Yeah, well,
not have a face.
yeah.
Like even the old version was struggling to keep his face hidden the whole time.
Yeah,
Anyway,
whoop.
though,
Okay, we'll
what
get
I
to
want,
that.
my last major positive I want to point out, I think we can all agree Danny DeVito is perfect.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Oh, yeah, he's
He's like,
he's the best part of the movie. He's amazing as the Lorax, man. I mean,
yeah,
he's
no,
the perfect Lorax.
no. I think it was a really good idea to make him the Lorax.
It's not like even like for like a meme thing. It's
Like
just
he's
like a.
actually like pretty good. Like he's like
I mean,
to
he's
say this.
actually. It's not like he cares.
I'll say that like he's like one of the few people. There's a couple other people, but he's like one of the few people who actually feels like they're actually putting it in. Well, like doing actual
Yeah, I
deeds.
can. Yeah, I mean, that's another thing I wanted to say. As a positive, some of the voice acting was very good,
Not
and some
bad.
of it was
Yeah,
very
no,
not.
some of it pretty good actually. Like Lorax was pretty good. I think sometimes the Onceler, but not all the time.
Sometimes he was doing good,
Sometimes
sometimes
the
he wasn't.
Onceler. Sometimes the Onceler, and then
You know who wasn't doing shit? It was Taylor Swift. What the fuck?
and what's who's the kid?
Zac Efron.
Like Zac Efron. Yeah, he also is barely doing. Dude, they like reused his
Dude.
like voice line like 50 times. I heard it.
Whenever he
I couldn't
screams,
tell,
I
honestly.
wrote this in a note. I wrote this in one of my notes. Whenever he like yelps or screams, he just goes into like an adult man
Yeah.
voice. Just
Also, it's like
complete.
the same recording over and over again. I'm
Is it?
pretty sure.
Ah,
It's the same.
ah.
It's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same. Wah! Like
Like
whoa.
every time.
It's the same.
Every
Whoa.
time something happens, it's like a fucking video game.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah. Um. Any other positive things we have to say before we rip into this like piranhas?
Isn't it so funny that all the trailers kept showing off the "that's a woman" joke? Isn't that so funny, guys?
That reminds me. My first note was minion laugh because of the beginning of the movie. There's the
Yeah.
minions.
Laugh.
So
But
moving on to our
I guess one last. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else
My mic's
positive?
too high up. That might have peaked it. Hold on.
Is there anything else positive?
suppose the scene where they have the funeral for the first tree.
That one's pretty good. That one's pretty good.
It's pretty
That scene's
good.
pretty
I
good.
like that.
Too bad
Um,
the rest of the movie couldn't follow up on that.
It sort of got me thinking. If they're that emotional about that one tree, was like at the end of the movie film like a fucking Holocaust,
Yeah, that was like.
like for them specifically.
I mean, kind of. They
Yeah,
don't have a
I
whole.
mean, it basically is.
I like how the Lorax picks up his ass and flies away. That
Well,
was
that.
very moving to me.
Okay. I love I love the story, but it is really funny. He just lifts his ass up and flies into space.
It's like I want to fly that way.
Like it kind of like okay. As much I love this story and stuff, but like that's still like the fun. That shit makes me laugh. I can't lie. Like even in
I
like
wish I could.
in the
I think
book,
it's
in the
probably-
original version, I just find it really funny. He lifts his ass up.
It's like a really sad moment. And he just like grabs his own ass and flies away. It's
It's
such
a li-
like a such a tonal shift.
It's a little distracting, but I know it doesn't really matter too much. It is a children's
And
book.
actually, it's weird. I think I find it is funny. I do find the visual pretty cool.
I think
Cool.
I think visually though, like the clouds parting and him flying up is pretty cool. I'll say that.
No,
Like,
it's
I-
like
I
a
do
oh
think it's
well,
an
okay.
interesting
The
idea, like-
animation for when they summon the one slur or when they summon the Lorax kind of went crazy.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
or
trying to figure. I have two. When we move on to the bad stuff, I can't decide which line I want to start with. I have like two in my head that I really want to go with. I
well,
think I
you
know
know,
how I
seeing that this is the one that you're on for the first time, how about we let you take it?
Yeah. I'll let you take the wheel.
So I don't know if I'm entirely qualified for this. I haven't seen this movie, but I'm going to say it anyway, and I mean this in full sincerity. I think Illumination's Grinch is better.
Well, okay, hold on.
Oh,
Okay, hold on. Okay,
oh,
okay,
oh,
okay,
oh,
okay,
that's a
okay,
whole
okay,
nother can of
okay,
beans.
okay,
No,
okay.
no.
I've
Let me
seen
finish.
that. Okay, I've seen it though. I will put. Okay. I'll let
Okay,
you go.
maybe maybe this is a better movie, but just it's the principle of it. This one feels disgusting.
Well, this
This
one's
movie
well.
is disgusting.
Well, I understand because this one is
The Grinch, you
This one is
can't
way
really.
more. This one's way more
The
offensive.
Grinch, you can't really butcher. Like
Yeah.
it's it's still the story, even if it's told badly. This is a massacre. This isn't even a butchering; it's a full-on massacre.
Yeah.
I think this is the worst Doctor. I think this is. I hate this more than the Cat in the Hat
Oh my god. Okay, hold on.
because this one takes. Because this here's the thing about it is that I think the Lorax is Dr. Seuss's like magnum opus. I think it's the best thing he did, and this one just it's not only like disrespectful like the Cat in the Hat was, but it also rips apart the entire story. Like the Cat in the Hat, for how disrespectful and that movie is, it's still the story. They don't. It's still technically the story. It has the same message. This one obliterates the message
Yeah.
and turns it almost into not even a mockery of itself like the Cat in the Hat movie, but like a piece of propaganda almost.
Does
Like
feel
this
like
is
that.
repulsive.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
Does feel kind of like propaganda,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Okay. AC, I'll give you this. Okay. Um, I will say this. Yes, I do agree. This one is actually definitely worse than the Grinch. Because the thing with the Grinch is that like it's so like non-offensive. Like
exactly, yeah.
it doesn't like because this one is offensive to the original story. Because the Grinch is just there's really no point, and also just it doesn't work. This one, the problem with this one is how much this one could work. Like this one could
Yes.
definitely
Yes.
work. This is like one of the few ones other than I'd say the only other one that could definitely work as a movie is Horton Hears a Who, which I mean it's like the least bad one.
The Grinch could work. It's just they don't do a very good job of
Yeah,
it. But yeah, I see what you.
yeah, but my okay one of my biggest problem with this movie was the fact that like this movie, well, not biggest, but like this movie's pacing is so fucked. It feels way too fast. Like it feels like we're going through all the motions
Yeah,
way too quickly. Because like,
they,
and not only are
they
we not
speed run the plot.
we're not getting enough
Like
time with the original story, but we're also not getting enough time with like the new story you're trying to push in that doesn't even work. Like
yeah,
you're
Felt
pushing.
it's
shorter than
literally like
the original.
it's bizarre. Like for the first couple parts of the Once story, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
But then, like, I mean, it's not how bad. It's not amazing, but you
Yeah.
know, it almost with minor changes could still work.
And you know
But
what?
then we
Okay.
just like hit a point, and then they just
Yeah. Let me
when
say
his family shows up,
let
and
me
we
say this right now.
actually no, no, I'm not done. I
Oh,
think
okay.
it veers off the rails first when he agrees to not cut down trees,
Yeah.
but it really veers off the point of no return when his family shows up, and then from there they just skip the entire story.
Yeah. Like, okay, yeah, that's my biggest issue with it. How bad can I be? Just like cuts like almost the entire second like the final act of the story. It just like speed runs it like it's a fucking Mario 64 player. Like it's
You could
just
say it chops it down like a tree.
yeah, you could yeah, that's a perfect way to say it. It chops
The way
down
they've
like the entire plot like a
yeah,
tree.
Just gets over, from my understanding, that how bad can I be goes over basically the entire like original fucking
Yeah,
Dr. Seuss story in
cuz
one song. Like
yeah,
they speed
yeah,
run
you
it.
see, we just watched the
yeah.
animated version. You can see the point in his story where how bad can I be started.
Yeah.
It literally that's the entire movie.
But
Yeah, there's literally the entire film.
we'll get to
Because
that.
that whole, because in the original story, it really felt like they were like it was sort of like a slow, sort of depressing crescendo of the pollution and destruction,
Yeah.
and it just got worse and worse and worse. And the Lorax would keep on coming and be like please stop, or now they're leaving, and now they're leaving, and now they're leaving, right? But in how bad can I be, we don't get that emotional sort of moment. It's just like boom, it's happening, it's
Yeah,
happening, it's
and
happening.
the
Now it's the end.
yeah, it's just like he turns like bad so quickly. There's like no transition. There's
Here's
no
the
It's
thing.
like
and there's not even
if
a
Yeah,
people
scene.
if people
There's
think
no
Darth Vader
scene.
turned evil quickly,
Yeah,
they have no
they
fucking
have no
clue. The
clue.
Onceler.
The thing is, well, actually, you know what, we'll pause on that. Like, with the original version, like, even though it's not long or anything, because it's not a long scene, it's a pretty short version of the movie. But like they at least try. They have an effort to have a scene where the Onceler talks to himself. Like they have it where he's
Yeah,
like
some sort of
like
conscience,
some
right?
conscience. Here it's just like I'm evil. I'm gonna tuck down the trees and shit. Like I just
And he literally doesn't
bam.
switch up. Like, there's literally no signs of him switching up until he loses everything. I
Yeah.
honestly kind of feel more for the original Onceler, which should be more evil because we didn't really get that
Yeah,
much like backstory with him.
Actually,
we don't know him that well because he's
I have a
just like
contradicting opinion here. I'd like to add in soon, but I'll
really.
let you keep going.
Okay, yeah, because like we don't even know the one. Okay, hold on, we're getting ahead of ourselves. We'll talk about that one later.
I actually, now it's gonna sound really bad when I say this. I think I kind of disagree.
Really.
He's not evil enough. I think because
Well, I
the
mean,
way his story is told is that they cut out is the evil basically from the story. He does. I do agree. After that song, he's just I'm evil now.
yeah. Well,
But
the main
what
take.
it's what they do though. Notice how until it's not until he gets some money and then his evil family shows up and they convince him to do evil.
Yeah.
It's taking the responsibility of the actions off of him and making it be like, oh, he's not that bad a guy. He lost his way. He didn't know he was doing bad. He doesn't want he just lost the pet. But other Onceler knew what he was doing was bad.
Yeah.
And he kept going anyway. Here, because I don't know if you've noticed this, Illumination can't write, kind of bad characters ever since the first Despicable Me movie.
Yeah, because they butchered the Grinch pretty badly in there.
Yeah, so they don't want your main, because the Onceler is, supposed to be the main character, and you can't have the main character be not good.
Yeah.
He wasn't a bad,
Fair
they just
point.
take all the character complexity out of it. He's not he's just he didn't he's just this little angel. They corrupted him what his evil family did.
Oh, his
And
evil
speaking of
family, because the family is the cause of all the problems in your life.
Jeff
Like, this is
Bezos,
the one time we're
he's got
adding
like an
more to a
evil grandma that's
character.
controlling him.
This is the one time adding more to a character actually lessens their development.
Yeah, it does.
Like, what ass backwards film is this? They gave him more screen
Like,
time.
wait,
They gave him
what did
more
they
development, and yet
what
he's
did they add
still.
though? That's the problem. What did
Well,
they
they
add?
added like oh well like they gave okay like his family, those are like characters now, and they're like, and they sort of like added that, they say, all right, I'm leaving for home, and he goes on this journey, and I know we could sort of infer that from the first one, but like they also, I feel like they sort of add, his connection with all the animals, right? They add like, oh, he like starts gaining like, like I was gonna say feelings for them, like
He just starts making out with all the animals.
no, but he starts like to like, he starts to like befriend them, and he, like in these like, I was gonna say making pancakes. Like, wow, real great example, Ron. But you know what I mean. The movie's trying to
Yeah.
show that he's starting to care, and then also, by the way, I do agree with you that the original is more evil. You were actually able to convince me.
No, he
But
is.
like, I think it's sort of like insane that they try to add this more character, because in the first one, the Onceler's just like, yeah, I came in, cut down trees, didn't really give a fuck. Like the first one didn't promise he wouldn't cut down trees, right? The second, this new one did. I mean, obviously didn't follow it, but like it was sort of like some sort of like want to, you know, help or keep a promise. But like the second like he found success, he threw it all away, right? And but the original is just like, no, fuck you, I'm making trees, or no, I'm cutting down
I'm cutting
trees, I'm
down
making
these
my
trees.
seeds. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? And like, there's like a moment of consciousness. I don't know. I think they're both. They're. I think how they're both handled is very interesting. But I will agree. Yeah, I do think that the original is more evil. But I just think that it's crazy how they try to give the new one more character, and yet he actually comes out of it a fucking shittier
Yeah, because
character,
he's
which
just
is
straight up
insane.
worse. He's a worse character, which is weird.
Which like how do you do that?
Has to
How do you
How
add?
the faceless one has more character than the one we spend more time on with a
And
face.
here's while we were talking about this a minute ago when his family leaves. It irks me so much. They completely messed up the point.
Yeah.
So, because by fast forwarding through the whole story, and having his family leave before the animals even leave, and also just by having the animals all leave in one big go. One, it destroys all the buildup that the original story built up, but also in the original, the humans leaving is the real crescendo, because the whole point is he keeps destroying the environment more and more. First, it's the barbaloots and the swami swans and the humming fish, until finally it's not even habitable for the humans anymore.
Yeah, they can't even be there.
That's how it's like it
Which,
affects us.
yeah, but now they just completely ruined that point, which brings it back into not only do they ruin that point, this is going to be slightly changing topic. The reason why they can't do it that way though is because the existence of Thneedville itself completely messes up that
Yeah,
entire
like
point.
it completely
Yeah.
contradicts all of that.
Yeah.
The idea
Thneedville
that
is
humans
the
could just
most
be
poorly
fine.
is I think the most poorly executed idea in this movie, because
Yeah.
it's not a bad idea, and I know that because I've seen. If you listen again, the demo of the opening song, one, it paints Thneedville way more interesting, but it just shows how hypocritical this entire movie is. It's one setting.
Yeah.
Because they sing the opening song. This is the big problem with it. You listen to this song, if you take out like 2 lines, what's wrong with Thneedville?
Yeah,
Thneedville is
there's nothing really wrong with it.
Yeah,
It seems like
like they try to be like it's so like they'll be like it's awful, but it seems fine to me.
it looks like an okay, like it looks like sure, it looks like it's
Yeah, sure. It looks like
yeah,
fucking Tim Burton had a
sunny
yeah,
wet
days
it's like
dream,
a
but
come.
yeah.
They even managed to clearly the air here is clean enough. The sky is still here.
Yeah, like it's
yeah,
the only
it's
place.
blue and sunny.
Because that's the thing, is that they want to have the message of that the environment, but they don't want to commit to the reality of it. Because
Yeah,
you don't want to scare. Because the reality would be way darker and more disturbing. But no, they don't want
But we
that.
can't
So
have
Thneedville,
that. This would be too scary for our
they're
little
trying to
babies
eat their.
watching it.
Basically, this film is trying to eat it's trying to eat its cake at two. Is
This
that
is
the saying? I don't know.
this is the 4 kids dub of the Lorax.
I mean, because like inherently,
I
the
want to talk
movie
more
can't
about.
work. Oh, sorry, go
No,
on.
you go. Sorry, there you go.
I was just gonna say, inherently, the film can't work if you don't go all the way. You can't have it both ways, right? I think Thievedville, yeah, you're right. Thievedville existing contradicts it because sort of like the thing about the humans leaving being the crescendo, which is something I didn't realize until you said it. I'm an ape.
Yeah.
Is that it's sort of like it's sort of like the story in the original saying, yeah, it affects all these animals. That's sad, but it's gonna affect you too.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to be able to live here either, right? And so if you have Thievedville, it's sort of like, nah, it just affects the animals. We can make our own society. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Just like we'll be
However,
fine. Look, everything's fine. Like it doesn't really matter as much. It's sort of it just sort of like ruins the point. And also Thievedville, minor side tangent, not going to go on it long, brings up so many fucking lore questions. You're telling me no one's tried to leave.
Yeah.
You're telling me that there's like no police. You're telling me that there's like that they're like no one
Yeah,
ever
wait,
like
yeah,
what
okay, hold
what
on.
what the hell is the rest of the
Wait,
world?
yeah.
Because we see other parts of the world, but Thievedville is like it's like is this the last of humanity? Like what the fuck is happening with
Okay, that
Thievedville? I'm
reminds me.
sorry.
Yeah,
okay, wait.
where are the cops? Are there no cops here?
Yeah, shit,
Like,
The
crazy
idea
shit
is that
happens.
he owns
I wanted to.
he owns the town. The corrupt authority owns the town. I
Yeah,
think that's
but
the idea.
there's
Because
like
You
no
don't even
cops.
see like a
no, because no, wait.
mention of
Okay, well, I don't want. I'm apprehensive to go into this territory right now because
we don't have to.
I kind of think we're gonna have an entire section talking about the missed potential here.
We will.
I'm gonna have
We
to
will.
I'm gonna have to tap into this a little bit. If you think about it, it's not apparently obvious, very obvious in the actual theatrical cut, but the Onceler founds Thneedville. It's his town.
Yeah.
So I think it kind of makes sense in the idea that it's a town where the businesses have all the authority and all the power. So now that the Onceler is no longer the guy, and now that guy is O'Hare, it makes sense that he's the authority in this town. So that's
Yeah.
why there's no police. It's because it's his. It's basically it's like its own state. It's or its own nation. That's the idea.
The O'Hare Nation.
O'Hare Nation. Yo, what's up? Yo, dudes, the O'Hare Nation's pretty chill. Maybe you can like join it or something.
Maybe you could
I
like
have
join
more to
it or
say about
something.
Thneedville, but I think it
Oh
might be
no.
best to save that for later.
Yeah, we'll dive deeper. I'm sorry, I just
Yeah.
had to rave a bit. Well, we will get into that. I'll suppress the beast.
The O'Hare
So
beast.
we will get into O'Hare soon, but not
Yeah,
now.
not yet.
Um,
We're gonna tear that guy apart. Anyways, alright, go on.
holy fuck, no, but I think one part I hate about How Bad Can I Be is the fucking twerking aunt. That
Yeah,
is the
no,
most
that line.
illumination thing of all
That
time.
was
Just
the
like
yeah.
look at her
Yeah, no, it's
twerking.
that part doesn't. That I can't defend that part. I
Look
still
at the
like just
twerking
because
aunt.
nostalgia.
Also,
I
just like, sorry, go on.
I can't really, like I said, I can't really defend this scene because it is one. It's the inferior version of a thing.
Yeah.
I think the song itself,
come on, we got
until the other than like shake that bottom line, could be made something could be
Keep
reworked.
that bottom
shake
line.
that
Yeah,
bottom
no,
line.
it's just like this movie's sense of humor
Okay.
often just hits so poorly.
Okay, I do want to say this. Actually, I don't know if this is a positive or negative. I'll say this about this movie. It's to me anyways, this is like so cringily funny bad.
Oh, okay, yeah, dude. I had a lot of notes on the
Like
humor.
I was, yeah. Actually, let me hear your notes on the humor before I say anything else.
Like, I had the reference counter, which was the amount of times they did like a shitty
the
reference.
Donkey Kongs.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
play
wait, sorry.
or
I'm
when
so
they did
sorry. I
the
wrote in my notes. In my head, it's the Scott the Woz clip, but I just wrote Donkey Kong in all
Donkey
caps.
Kong.
I also put down the Mission Impossible because they have to reference Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Like the humor of this film. Like I wrote down like on some notes here about how annoying the humor is, and just how fucking grating it gets on me, like on me specifically. Because for me it was just really fucking grating. It was all like okay that, or I hated like the meta where they're like there's like some meta humor in there that kind of annoyed me, where they were just like I don't know. Did anyone else notice any meta humor? Or am I going
I
crazy?
didn't. I don't know what you're talking
like to-
about.
I
Ooh,
could
I
have
would kind
felt
of like
like
to say though,
they were
I see
just
the way
like
it's
let's
done
not.
is terrible.
What?
Wait, do you have what? How much more
No,
do
no,
you
no,
have?
no, no. Go on, go on.
You just,
That's
I
me
saw you
done
finish
talking about the
first.
humor. It's shitty. I hated it. I cringed a lot.
I found it like really like comically so cringe. I was kind of laughing my ass off.
I think
That
in
was
some ways the idea of it being so overtly referencey could have worked because
really.
the idea, and this is more apparent in, I'm not going to go too deep into this, but I think a big part of the point, and also why a lot of the songs sound so poppy, is the idea is Meadville being so capitalistic and the city itself is just so self-absorbed in like pop culture. Like
Yeah.
I think that the people who live there would be making these kind of comments all the time, but it shouldn't be about real pop culture. That's the problem.
Yeah, like they're like talking like why aren't you doing the break dancing or the Donkey Kong?
Yeah.
Shit like other kids, or the fucking Mission Impossible fish, because
And
every children's movie needs to reference Mission Impossible.
they-
Hey parents, look, remember Mission Impossible? That's a good movie.
is
Ba-da-da,
the implication that the
ba-da-da.
fishes have seen Mission Impossible?
Which fucking how?
How have the
Like,
fishes
aren't they
seen
only
the?
in nature?
Yeah. Why? How are they making
Well,
references?
the Lorax is like, well, we could
You're right.
cut down a couple trees for a theater.
Hey kids, you ever seen The Godfather?
It's a good movie. They showed the
pretty
baby
I want to
good
see
bears.
the other.
movies.
I want to see the cut of the movie where the Lorax bites the Onceler's nose off.
Yeah.
Also, really quickly, in what fucking universe would the Onceler not die if you sent him down the river on a bed?
Yeah, like.
I
Well,
didn't mean to kill you. Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
I
you
think you
did.
were.
You
That's
sent him.
Well,
assassinate.
You sent him
to
down
be
a
fair,
river.
I think the idea because there's that noticeable scene where the bed turns unexpectedly into the rapids. As a
Yeah,
kid,
I
I
know,
always
but
assumed the
eventually it would
idea
have
was that
led to
he would.
something.
Yeah, it would have
Yeah,
led
as a,
somewhere.
I get
as a
that.
kid,
Like,
I
I get where
assumed
they're
that
like,
it would have
oh,
just taken him. That I don't know why I never really thought of this before, but I assumed that it would have taken him the other path, and some weird Dr. Seuss bullcrap would have
Yeah.
taken him somewhere safe. I guess, but now you it really doesn't make any sense.
like eventually, because he would have hit rapids, like
Yeah.
eventually. Like
Yeah.
it's not, or some shit would have happened. He would have fucking died. I didn't mean to kill you.
I didn't mean. I
Okay,
didn't want
I'm sorry.
you to die.
We moved on from this a long time ago, but I remember I added like an annotation to my own note when I said that. The first thing I wrote was I hate how much I still like the soundtrack. However, I added a annotation to that later, and I know what scene it was. It's when he busts out the guitar when he arrives at the forest. He's like, "This is the place," and then I was like, "Oh." I was cringing super hard that entire scene. Then I wrote an annotation and wrote, "I take it back. I like 3 songs."
God, this movie's so outdated.
Okay, real quickly, does Taylor Swift's character sing?
No.
What the fuck?
Yeah, she
I
does.
was like,
No.
I wrote that down in my notes. I'm like, there's no way they didn't use Taylor
No,
Swift.
she
I'm
doesn't.
losing.
She doesn't sing
You
at all.
have a singer,
Yeah.
someone who's
Yeah, she's
famous.
there. Wait, and she's there for Let It Grow.
Yeah,
Yes.
she doesn't sing that either, though.
She's just sort of standing around happily.
Why would you like cast them if you're not gonna have them
What's
sing?
the point?
What's the point? Like, I get
Like,
getting celebrities to do it, but if you're doing an animated musical, have them sing.
like you could, like, yeah, I would get if you had like a celebrity who doesn't sing, not sing. I'm like, okay, yeah, I get that. But her job
Her
is
job
to sing,
is to sing. It doesn't make
and it
any
ain't
sense.
voice acted. I can tell you that much.
I'm like peeking my mic.
Yeah, God, her voice acting, like, oh wow, really?
Oh wow, really? And it got Zac Efron.
God, Zac Efron was fucking
Whoa,
killing me
hey,
this
whoa,
movie.
whoa, hey.
I wonder if they cast him
Why did they cast him?
like I wonder if they did it. I mean, I think my guess is because I know because they totally dubbed him in High School Musical, didn't they?
Did they?
I'm gonna Google
Yeah.
that right now.
Pretty sure they did.
I think they. It's possible that they. Hold on.
See, he was entirely dubbed over. Speaking of which, Sesame Street fandom out whenever.
Oh
this
wait, they
is,
did.
Like today or tomorrow. I don't
Never
know.
mind. Yeah, no, I have no idea why they would have done this then.
Yeah.
At first I was like maybe they cast him because in an earlier version he was supposed to sing,
but
no, they don't use. They dubbed him in that one movie,
Wait,
so
yeah,
clearly not.
Wait, yeah, Zach, he doesn't sing here either, does he?
Yeah.
My God,
They
why
did
would
have a
you
song
cast
originally. It's
them?
just not in the movie
They
anymore.
should have given Danny DeVito a song.
Yeah,
They
that would.
almost
I
did
mean,
too. He almost had a verse.
Wait, yeah, he has a verse in Bigger Ring. Yeah, he does.
Not Zac Efron. I don't think they ever recorded him, but
Yeah.
his character does a verse in the original version of Sneedville.
What a piece of garbage. Why?
like, how do you fuck up this bad? I mean, like, you literally have singers, and you're making a musical, and you don't use them.
Not only is it a musical, it's like pop musical. Like, it's not even
Yeah,
like the music.
and you have pop artists.
Like, the music isn't even like musical. Like, the music sounds like I'd hear it on the fucking radio.
Yeah, and
What's
you
the
have
point?
people. You have the people that sing these songs for a living.
I can't
and you're
turn mad
not.
mode right now because I don't have
Still-
it. Do I? Hold on. Can I turn mad? No, I can't. I don't have it, but I would.
I mean, it's just it's. I mean, it's just insane, and we've only gotten started.
Yeah.
Okay.
We
Yeah,
have
'cause
not just
I'm trying
gotten
to-
started. It's been 38 minutes. We're not. But yeah.
Yeah, but also we have so much left to say.
we have sold a lot because how many yeah, you know what, I'll say this, we had a good like 20 minutes, no, not 20, we had a good 15 minutes of positives.
I still want to talk about all my notes, not now, but I
Yeah,
would
we'll-
like
we'll-
to
we'll
go
get-
over
we'll
everything I
get
said.
to it, and then we don't need to work because we
But
mostly,
I want to move on soon to the just the ending and also just the way how it butchers
Oh,
the entire
that fucking
story. I want to
ending.
go there for a while, and then I think at
Bring it
some
up.
point we got to move on to. I want to talk about how infuriatingly missed potential this movie is.
we got
I wanna
like
spend a
we
lot of
got
time
we
Go
got
ahead.
we have plenty of time, and then
Yeah,
I
so
know,
I'm just
and
saying
we
that's
got,
where I want to. That's where I want to take this eventually. But those are the two major segments, I guess, of this discussion that I think we need to get to.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
is there any others?
I don't got anything. I couldn't.
Rowan, do we need a segment on like plot holes and that can fit a lot of Rowan's notes in maybe?
You will be disappointed by my notes. They're mainly just stupid and
They're
funny.
mostly just ape shit. He
Like-
writes notes the way I write notes.
Like, you want to? Can I do my notes? We're on the topic.
Yeah, let's
But while I wanted to say, I think was doing the same thing for a lot of this. I have like 4 that are like actual serious discussion points, and a lot of these are just stupid one-liners.
Well, I'll see. We'll see if any of these are the discussion points. All right. First one, Minion laugh. Second one, Taylor Swift. Third one, the messaging is way too much. God, I'm right like an ape.
I don't think it's honestly enough, but yeah.
Actually, yeah, it
Mom's
isn't that much.
mom's an annoying bitch. O'Hare's
Oh my
peak.
god.
Whenever boy screams, he sounds like an adult. All
Whoa.
this for some ginger pussy. AC. Oh, I wrote down AC when the Once showed up. Sorry. Then Aura for when the Lorax showed up. And then did he say the N word? Because there's a scene the Onceler's like, and it kind of sounds like the N word. Trust me.
The Onceler
Okay,
says the N
wait.
word.
Funny. There's a scene later where I'm positive he says where the Lorax says "damn it."
He says, "Damn it!" You think?
I can't remember where it was, but I swear he just says "damn it."
Damn it.
Look that up.
Where was it? Like, it's like a scene where he's making a bunch of weird ass noises. Maybe it's
Shit, no, biggering. Don't start yet.
Can I continue?
yes, I continue.
What is the age gap? What is the age gap
What is
between
the
Taylor
age gap,
Swift
I
actually?
and
think it might be either. I think at best it's like 6 years.
well, that's like
So
he's
she's clearly an adult woman, and he's like 12
It's
at
like
the oldest.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how I feel
well,
about this.
he haven't
It's
started
not
his like
apparently clear because of how deep his voice is.
Yeah, it does.
yeah, but it's fucking weird because he's like yeah she's in high school. I'm like oh
What are
god.
you? What are you?
And you know what's the bet? Fuck, we're veering off topic, but I wanted to say she does not need to be a part of it because there was a.
There's
I'm not gonna.
there's no need for her.
I'm not gonna talk about it yet, but in an earlier version, he had a different motivation, and it's one that's so much better.
We'll
And
get
so
to
his
that. We'll get to
motivation
that.
wasn't.
Also, can I say if I was the Onceler and some dude finally came to my house and was interested in learning about me, and I learned about a girl, I wouldn't be like, "Oh, that's great." I'd be like, "Man, fuck you."
Man, fuck
I
you.
like you're only in for the trees, not because you
You're
care,
only here for
not because you
pussy.
want to. Like, yeah, you're only here for pussy,
Man,
dude. Fuck,
fuck
get
you.
it.
Get out of here.
I was so confused when the Onceler was like happy. So he's like, "Oh, that's good. I get that." He's like, "No, I would have
No,
been
I
like,
would have
dude,
been
fuck
mad.
off."
I would have been like, dude,
I'd
The
be like, "You
idea.
don't care.
I
You
think
don't
the
care at
bit is
all."
primarily meant to be
care.
like, oh, I remember those. I remember that, but it doesn't really work. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's-
Yeah, it just comes off as, I want pussy. That's why I want to learn about the trees.
Oh, also the next one is how did they not see her with the seed? Because when O'Hare and his goons go down the stairs,
Yeah,
and they immediately
wait,
follow, the
did she,
grandma is holding the seed.
was she,
Well, it's like open.
was she in the room?
They just didn't see her.
Wait, or
oh,
did she teleport? What the, is she
yeah,
Jason Voorhees?
we're gonna be veering into plot holes territory soon. I think when he's
Okay,
done
I
with
guess
his
we'll save
notes, because
that
I
for
have a
later.
lot
Yeah.
in my notes. That I need to get to.
Then I wrote, and then after that, when they started singing, when the airman started singing, I said, "What the fuck is happening?" Because I
You
didn't know that was
don't
gonna
know
happen.
me, but my name's Sai. I'm
And
just
that's
your
fine.
heavy
No,
guy.
no.
Mikey,
And then
let
I
me tell
wrote,
you that
how
part
did
when the part when the last tree is cut down and all the animals are leaving, when the Onceler just starts going, "Brother Bear,
Shut
I
the.
let you."
You know
and
what?
then
If we ever do,
Remember that happened
if
in
we
the
ever,
movie, totally.
if we ever do Brother Bear, you're joining for that.
Yeah,
yes.
I'm there.
Really
I'm
quickly,
there.
By the way,
and
you're
then
like
my
legally.
last two notes, really quickly, my last two notes
Yeah.
is how did he convince all of them? Like how like they were just at
Yeah.
his table a second ago, and then he's like, wait,
The
hold on.
idea.
And then the last
Explain
one
that,
is
please.
just one final what the fuck.
Just what the fuck?
Okay, so wait, I think the idea and whether or not this would actually work is, highly under suspect, but it's a kids movie, so I let it pass. The idea is that none of them had ever been out of the city before.
Yeah.
So when he blows through the wall and they're able to see just the devastation and like the reality of their world, I think that's the idea for why they all suddenly flip.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
but they
that
don't know anything about
realistic?
trees.
Absolutely not. But when they see the smog and the grickle grass and like all that shit, they see
I
the
know whose fault that
devastation and
is.
they see. I think that's what the idea is. That's what it's meant to be.
Yeah,
They see
but like in context, they have no clue what any of this is, how it got that way, and how it connects to trees. Because
the
from the
idea.
point of view from the film, it seems like O'Hare is just feeding, or like they've only been fed the fact that
It feels
like
like
they know nothing. Like when they speak about
Yeah, that's
trees,
the whole
they're
point, though.
like
Is
what the hell is a
is that
tree?
they
What's
finally
dirt?
are able to break free of their because the idea is that they've been stuck in this plastic illusion world for so long that when they finally see the reality beyond this weird dome, I guess, for lack of a better term, they all are like, "Oh my god, I didn't." And then they all have their Danny DeVito, "Oh my god, I get it."
oh crap, wait,
That's
hold
the point. It's
I feel
flimsy,
like
but it's also a kids movie. I
I
think it's
feel
fine.
like that could also equally lead into them being agreeing with O'Hare and being like, oh well, we better
It's like the idea is,
keep it
see all
out.
this? This isn't supposed to be this way. Look at where there used to be all these trees. Now they're gone and everything sucks. Look at this place. It's an
I guess
apocalyptic
that's fair.
hellscape.
You call it a Celtic hellscape?
I said an apocalyptic hellscape.
Okay.
Anyway, and for
Thank you.
my plot hole notes. Well, first, the first thing I wrote, I think, is something we'll get to later.
Oh,
but
too
I'll say
quiet.
it
You can
anyway.
turn it back a little
This
bit.
movie still thinks it's deep despite fucking everything up, but we'll get to that later.
There we go.
When Taylor Swift is describing the way the trees were and she quotes the book and then they both make fun of it, that was just such an eye roll. Like, wow, real cool.
Wait, at what moment? Sorry, I was doing
When
something.
Taylor Swift is describing to Zac Efron about the trees and how their touch was softer than anything, even silk, and they smelled like butterfly milk. Whoa.
Sick.
What does that even mean? I know, right?
That's what I meant by like meta humor, where it's like, what does that mean?
Yeah, but that's making fun of the original. Wow, that's real fun.
It's the most like fucking like Hollywood shit ever to
Okay,
adapt
so this is
something and
kind
be
of
like,
a
we're not
complicated-
stupid
I'm
like
gonna-
that movie.
got two that kind of are the same thing. First thing is, so Granny Norma was alive when all this happened,
yeah.
and she knows. So why can't Granny Norma just tell the story?
Yeah, wait,
Yeah.
why can't she tell it? Why does she have to
Like,
I mean,
clearly
nothing would
she knows.
change.
And the idea is because I was questioning. This is addressed in an earlier version, but nobody in town seems to remember the city's founder, or the Onceler. Like, he's just
Yeah.
been erased. And again, this was explained in a better version of the movie. There's an explanation out there, but still, it's never addressed here. But I get it. The reason why they're not a lot of the younger people wouldn't know is that it's this consumeristic,
there for that.
capitalistic hellscape society where everyone's greedy and self-centered. No one really had time to care. But
This
Granny
is like
Norma still would be the exception here. She was there. She knows. She was clearly pro trees from the beginning.
Yeah.
she even
Why
said
can't she-
there was even a line where she's like trees just like back when I was a kid.
Yeah. So why can't she tell him what happened?
And not only that, she can't be the only fucking old person there. Like we don't have just one World War I veteran who's like, yeah, I remember World War I, and the rest like, yeah, okay, pal. You know, there's like those were people's parents.
Also, though, there is the question. The poor air quality. I guess O'Hare is selling the air, but the poor air quality never actually factors into anything. As far as we can tell, it's not a problem at all, outside of the ethical question of you have to pay for air.
So another thing is, by the way, just like the world, they're living fine.
Yeah, they're eating
Like-
Jello. Everything's fine.
everything seems
Yeah.
good.
They do it better in fucking Spaceballs with the air.
Yeah, they also, by the way, ripping off Spaceballs.
Wow,
See,
I know.
that is the thing. Everything about Thneedville, Thneedville wasn't a bad idea, there's a much more interesting version of this out there. But the way the final product is executed terribly in every single way. And when I said earlier that it's kind of a perfect metaphor for just how hypocritical the entire movie is, that God, we gotta save the trees, but really it's painting the terrible society where all the trees are gone in a pretty damn good light. It's the same with this movie being like, we have to save the trees while also selling cars and making all the merchandise. There's an actual story I heard about at a movie theater where this was playing. After they left the movie, they said they had a water bottle, they wanted to throw it away. They asked where the recycling bin was, and they said that they removed it to make room for this big Lorax thing.
Really?
It's amazing.
Wow.
That's the thing I've read that happened. And now moving forward in what I wrote, I already said nobody remembers the city's founder. All the stuff with Ted is just really the entire stuff in the future. All of this really sucks.
Yeah.
We mentioned earlier how cringy this movie is, and for me, it only really hit that point in like the final act. Because for most of this, I'm just miserable because they've ruined it so badly. The ending, I think, is like when they have the chase with O'Hare and stuff. Like that's the one time where it's so fucking stupid. Yeah, like I'm having a good time just by how dumb this is. Like so much for most of this, I'm just like,
You're not getting away from this, boy.
Well, the
oh my
fact
God,
that I
right when
shit
he
you
steps
not,
out when
he
he's strapped
holds
to the
O'Hare
guy's
in a
chest and he has his
baby.
evil
Yeah,
villain laugh.
yeah,
It feels
they
like a damn
fly with a
video
rocket
game
on his
entrance,
head.
right?
Yeah,
It
it's
feels
a
like
fucking video
boss
game
fight
boss.
about to
It's like a
start,
boss
or I'm
Yeah,
fight.
no,
sorry.
it's like fucking Metal Gear music starts playing. It's like a red stuff starts like it's like you better come back here, boy.
You're not gonna
If
get
that
away with
hero
this, boy.
started out of
Hit
it.
him.
And he like fucking flies around like a video game boss.
Yeah, he's like.
Like it looks like he is like a hitbox.
Yeah.
Dude, like also I hate the fucking like the mom's like, I know disco. I'm a disco
I
mom.
love
It's like,
disco.
bro,
The mom sucks. I
The
actually
mom
do.
is
I do
awful.
kind of like. Oh wait, I forgot to mention this in the positives. I lost that note. I don't actually mind Granny Norma though. I think she's kind of funny.
probably one of the better characters.
The only,
I
like,
don't think
Enter-
I don't think she's good, but she is one of the better characters in this movie.
And her
the part
powers of
where I'm like, yeah,
teleportation.
I like when despite the plot hole it makes, I do really like the part where she tells him where to get to the Onceler. I think like when she reads the line like far out of town where the crickle grass grows and the wind smells slow and sour when it blows. I like that scene. I think Granny Norma has the few decent moments. Now, this is the most important problem with the movie, guys. You ready?
Yep. That's the most important.
Why the fuck did he bring 2 jumbo bags of marshmallows on this journey? Like, out of all things he would have brought,
Yeah,
why
why-
It's true.
Why
Why?
does he have that? Yeah. Wait a minute. I never thought about that.
Hold on. I sort of thought about it for a second.
that seems to be the only food he brought with him, by the way. Like, he just has 2 jumbo backpacks of marshmallows, conveniently because it's cute to feed to the animals.
Okay, also
Like,
very
why
dumb.
would that be? Like, why would he
This
do
movie
that?
has a
It'd be funny if there's like a robot. It'd be
Wait, you
funny
know
if there's like a
you know what
robot
it should've
chicken
been?
catch the
You know
old
what it
guy.
should have been? It
What?
should have been just like some like wrapped candy, so that it that seems to that would add. You know how in the old one when all the other Oncelers show up, they keep throwing all their garbage around. Him introducing like this heavily artificial candy into this natural environment kind of feels like a good starting point for the wave of terror he will release upon the forest. That would have worked way better, and also it's still cute. The little animals, they got the little thing. I'm thinking like
annoying.
tiny pets, with like the red and white stripes. And that.
I just was sort of like rolling my eyes, and they're like, "Oh, marshmallows!"
Yeah, wow.
I loved it.
He's like cute.
I was like,
Did he-
Also, he has 2 fucking mega bags
Yeah, he's got
of marshmallows.
2 of those. Like,
Also, can I just say, I feel like marshmallows would kill those creatures. That's like the most artificial shit ever.
yeah, I know. It's like.
Okay, wait. So we were complaining about the Mission Impossible bit.
I was.
Remember, I think the first bit where not the first bit, but the bit in the past where I'm just like and cringing the whole time is when the animals are in his house.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
really?
the moment where I'm just cringing.
Really? Why?
I guess because for some reason I never really was that bothered by the scene before. Because I'm nostalgia. I'll just say that it is dumb. I guess the idea of the set piece was cute enough, but this bit just feels so kids move it like that kind of thing. Like, wow.
Get the movie.
Yeah.
So why the fuck did the Lorax go to bed in his bed? It's like, well, I guess I could just snuggle in.
It got so much. There's so much homoeroticism.
I'm
here.
just
Like,
feeling a little lonely today, Onceler.
once,
Hey, I'll let you cut
The
down a
one- the
couple
ones-
trees
the
if you cut
Lorax
down
ties
mine. I
Monster
tell you
down.
what.
the best use for the feed, you could tie someone down with it for sensual activities.
I mean, also, can we just talk about how crazy of an invention the fucking Sneed is, especially in the original? What can't that thing do?
Yeah, that thing just.
Yeah, that's the thing about the Fneed.
It's too powerful. It's too powerful
It's one of
to
the-
fail.
I think. Wait, no, I'm getting sidetracked. We gotta come back to this really quickly though. First, I want to go to the scene where he's selling his Fneed. One problem is, But we got the idea when he first arrives that this area is in the middle of nowhere, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Where
what
the
I.
hell is this town he's selling his Thneed to? Because it can't be Thneedville because he hasn't built it yet. But where the hell is this town?
And we saw his journey took like eons to get to the
Yeah,
fucking
so-
forest. So
where is this town? And then how did all the people walk here by foot?
Yeah. Huh?
Like I like the song.
this
and
is
thing,
like this is like a month's journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all walk
You're
there.
like, all right, let's go. Like pack up your don't even pack up your shit. Just
Wait.
get walking.
Oh no! Hold on, wait. Okay, quick pause. Actually, no, I can talk about that when we're done talking about the Lorax.
Okay. So it's kind of just harkening back to when we were talking about how they make him so much less evil. When the last Truffula tree is cut, the way it's framed, it comes off like this is another example of them not making him evil enough. It comes off as he's only now realizing that all the devastation.
Yeah.
OG Onceler kind of saw it. He was just finding excuses to keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That might be like this Onceler puts himself in denial over it. And like, it's like, how did he not? It's literally right outside his window.
Also, my issue with
now
like
seeing
New
this?
Onceler is that like that shit, even though it happened fast in the song, that shit didn't happen fast in like in the real time.
Yeah.
So like this whole time, like just fucking nothing, just no regret, no remorse, just go, denial, until the last word was like, oh, I guess I'm sorry. Like OG Onceler, you are right, it had just like that whole time he did have like moments of conscience, moments of like, but like it was so like you could tell the power was intoxicating, the people worshiping him, the constant news of more money and more stocks. It was so hard to resist, but he was trying to convince himself. And also, I really like the if I didn't do it, someone else would. So
Yeah,
let it be me.
Cause it's
It's true. It's
true.
shitty. It's
Now,
true.
It's
This,
shitty and true.
okay, so my last note is this is arguably I have more notes, shit. But okay, this next note is arguably a problem with the story itself. I would argue that the original gets a pass because it's symbolic and shit.
Yeah.
But in this one, it really doesn't make sense. Why can't the Onceler help?
Yeah.
Why can't he help with this entire third act? Get out of your damn
Get
attic,
out of
asshole.
Get out of the house.
Also,
You're
yeah.
uprooting the seed. You're the founder of this town. You have no credibility anymore. You can't.
No power.
Yeah, dude.
Can't do
Get
anything?
down there, dog.
I love how
Out of
he's like
your house.
all right, kid, go convince the entire town of people that's overrun with a corrupt
Like,
with a corrupt
arguably,
business.
In the original, that's part of the point.
Yeah.
The whole idea is the older generation being like, "Well, we fucked up. It's up to you to fix it, though, because I ain't doing it."
Yeah, but in this, there's
arguably,
lore, and because there's lore, it fucking ruins it. Because like now, you're telling me he couldn't go with him to be like, hey guys, remember me, the person who made this town? Yeah, all this
Yeah.
shit is a lie. That's what's
can't
going
do
on. We gotta
anything.
plant this tree. Yeah, it kind of feels like he wants that kid to die.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, fuck this kid. He's
Yeah, he's like, oh
Okay,
shit,
so,
he actually won.
The last of my notes are mostly just random comments. I noticed how his mom's tune changes just like that when she goes like she's sucking O'Hare off basically the first time that she talks to him, and then like a minute like she sees him doing one shady thing and she's like, okay, that's it, get out of my house.
Like, get out of here! Like,
Like-
she switched
like
up
what?
so quickly.
No, because and then she even says like in the previous scene, she's like, the most powerful man in the city.
Yeah, like she's clearly like she was sucking up to him so much before,
Yeah.
and then
She's
just
clearly like
immediately
afraid too.
switches. And then okay, I think my last comment when when after he takes down the wall and he's like, I'm Ted, I speak for the tree. I was like such a major. My note was just, you ain't him.
You are not him.
You
Dog,
ain't him.
Dog, you are not him. You're far from
Also,
him.
why did O'Hare go to him to be like, tell the people I'm right? Like, what?
This
It's like
random,
a dude.
This
Like, I
random
get your
delivery.
bodyguards don't talk. Why can't you talk?
Yeah, why
Yeah, you're a
A
salesman. That's
random
what you
employee.
do.
You
Like,
pick a bottom
this-
level employee.
This
to
is like the
defend you.
fucking lowest of the low. That'd be like if like the owner of Mod came up to me like, Rowan, you convince the coworkers. Or convince
No,
the
what
people.
it's like? It's like if Jeff Bezos asked a random minimum wage Amazon warehouse employee to defend the ethical practices of Amazon
Yeah.
It's like, no, why?
without promising him anything else.
You don't know
Except
me,
for he won't get
but my
fired.
name's Sai. I'm just
Okay.
the Amazon delivery guy.
Anyway, backtracking a little bit because I really wanted to talk about this. You mentioned the Thneed and its multi-purposeness. This is kind of a thing about I realized this, I think, during I don't remember which class, I think it was economics maybe, or no, it might have been something else. But with Need, I think a lot of people kind of don't really look that deeper into the original story. But the Thneed in the story itself isn't really about trees. I don't think the story is actually about trees at all. I think the Thneed is a metaphor for oil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, because there's always the thing of why didn't the Onceler just plant more trees? You know, the original kind of covers this by pointing out how long it takes for the trees to grow. But the real point is that the real metaphor here isn't the trees. Thneed is oil, because oil there is a limited amount of. We
Yeah.
can't just make more of that. And using it destroys the environment. And also, oil is used for everything. It's literally, and it's what builds society. That's what the Thneed was really the point of it was.
Yeah.
Which I think this is one thing I don't. I mean, because I think the original does it pretty well, though it makes it a little bit harder to look past that point, but not by much. Because also the original combines a lot of other points as well. I think the main point was it's oil and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually think it was pretty. Huh.
Oh, I guess this is one minor last note. How so he breaks that camera, but it still is able to track. Did that camera have? It's not connected to anything. How is it still working? Does it have a Bluetooth backup?
It's called a cat camera, dumbass.
Ah, of course.
They
Of
work
course.
even when they're beheaded.
Right, yeah. Oh my god, how stupid could you be, AAC?
Oh, bitch.
Okay. Anything else, or should we move to the ending now? Because oh boy.
Are we ready to move to the ending?
But do we want to? Nah, there's not much to talk about teleporting Grandma.
Alright, ending it is. Oh boy.
And then ending into O'Hare.
Yep, ending into O'Hare.
Should we just do O'Hare first?
Okay, let's do no, like, let's spin the wheel.
True. Bring up the wheel.
Yeah, hold on.
Bring up the double trouble wheel, the triple trouble wheel for today's episode.
Oh, hold on. No one will actually see this. Hold on, wait, let me. Hi, Yang.
You could always just like, if you bothered to edit these in any fashion, you could always just like recreate this and put that over this part.
I will not.
Okay.
You don't over edit. It's a tier list podcast.
It's the Kaizumon gambling right here. Anyways, okay.
Oh yeah. Takes me back to so long ago.
Alright, Bane. Okay, hold on. We're going.
Yeah, I don't know why I did a Bane voice
yeah, why
there.
did you? Alright. Welcome to this domain.
I am the Lorax. I speak for the trees. You're merely adopted the trees. I was born in it.
One slow talking to O'Hare. Merely adopted
You
pollution.
adopted me.
Let's see what we
I was
do.
born in it.
Not a bad.
Alright, well, I guess
Oh.
we're talking about the ending first, and then we'll go to O'Hare. Unless. Did it. Okay.
No, we should get O'Hare out of the way first.
Well, the wheel.
We just spun a wheel.
But
We literally
We just spun the
I
wheel.
we literally just
Fine,
spun the
we'll do
wheel.
the ending. This is really backwards, but whatever. Fine, we'll do the ending first.
Okay.
This is a travesty.
Yeah, it's awful. It is not good.
Well,
I want y'all to go into it because yeah.
this entire movie serves to deconstruct the entire point of the original and rob it of any power.
Yeah.
And like, Lorax comes back.
Yeah, the
Big
Lorax.
no, the Lorax.
Lorax comes back at the end, which.
Because
Big
the whole
no-no.
point of in the original, the boy is meant to represent the audience.
Yeah.
The Onceler is giving the audience the tools. Like, now it's up to you, the viewer, to make a better world.
Yeah.
I get that's a little too intelligent for this kid's movie, and also, I mean, as a little kid, I didn't get that at all. I was just like, the story doesn't have an ending, but come on. But like, it's just, it's so cheesy.
Yeah, it's like.
Getting
It's just
robbed.
like. It just has to.
It's all
end.
he's like, you
Story
done
has
good,
any sense of
kid.
Urgency. You just kind of watch it and be like, wow, that's a happy ending.
Well, everything was all okay because I know one day somebody, I don't know if me though, are gonna go out and plant those trees if they're all gone. But maybe
Also,
not
kind of
me.
say it's very funny to imagine the Onceler and specifically the new one, just sitting with the tree, being like, "Nah, I could plant it in that green patch."
I
Nah,
could, but maybe I
I mean,
could.
but
Well, I
unless
mean, I
I
think the
don't,
point was, I think the reason why he didn't do it is that he specifically said that it needs to be in the center of town, and you
I
can't
think
do
he
the
was.
whole action sequence.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
no, yeah, I'm just giving a hard time though. But yeah, bro, the fact that Lorax come back and he's like, "You done good, kid."
You done
So
good. You did it.
cheesy.
Yeah, you
Like,
done
So
good.
about that
Why not just
mustache.
like undo
Nice mustache you got.
why not just undo any open-ended thing now? Like, why not? Just gotta have everything be resolute.
Because the thing about the second one, or the second one, what the fuck? The thing about the original one is the way it ends. It's, maybe the audience and people who watch the story, maybe they do change the world for the better. Maybe they don't. Maybe we fail and we fuck it up, and the sins of our past generations remain unsolved. Or maybe there's a slim chance of hope that we could do better, but the story can't say because, well, we don't know, and
Yeah, it's
we
not there
none of
yet.
us will probably live to know or see that.
Nah, forget.
It's just it's just
Let's forget about all that. Let's forget about all that. Okay, you actually planted the trees in the middle of the
okay.
town. Everything's all good now. Look, the Lorax came back down. He's all like, "You done good. Nice mustache. Let's have sex."
I'm gonna go to the center of Southside Milwaukee and try planting a tree in some dude's yard.
Let it grow, let it grow, let it bark.
Okay, what did O'Hare stand
Cool,
for?
please.
But I would get to that later in his part.
Yeah.
It's just kind of change the subject. It's baffling just how little of this movie is spent on the actual plot.
Yeah, no, we're like barely
the only
actually.
one-
My God.
How did no? Because every other Dr. Seuss one doesn't have this. Arguably, the only one you could say that has this problem is the Grinch. But even then, the
Fucking
Wait,
Grinch.
Illumination or Jim Carrey?
I mean, I can't fully say for Illumination. Illumination does seem like we lost the plot for way too long.
Oh yeah, that one does. But are you also talking about
Jim Carrey one, like, yeah, they spend more time on other shit, but they spend about as much time on the story as the original did. So
Yeah.
it's and that one operates under the idea that you've seen the original
Yeah.
like a million times. That one's a weird movie. That one's not meant to be like an updated version.
Yeah.
This one, it just disregards the way this one does it. It just doesn't make any sense why they would do this,
Yeah.
other than your actual point of the story. That's why this pisses me off so much. The ending, like all the commercialism, how much it's neutered. The reason it's done is so that it's not threatening.
Yeah.
Because the original is a very sharp critique,
Yeah.
and you can't be Illumination and actually like say this without. They don't want that. They don't want to make this statement. They want something safe.
Yeah, they got
I mean, it's they're fucking pussies, and it's why bigger wasn't in the movie.
And they had the audacity to put that fucking quote at the end
Yeah,
of this.
that quote.
Fuck
That
off.
That's the thing that really. That's the thing that makes it so.
My-
This movie still thinks that it's deep shit when it gutted all the actual meaning from the story. It's a shell of something better. And if we did O'Hare first, this would have been a beautiful segue, but I can't use it. Fuck.
Well, time to go to O'Hare then.
My segue
Shell of
is
something
my segue is the shell was stepped on by a tiny little boot named O'Hare.
Yeah.
Because this fucker, as much as I like pretend glaze O'Hare, he's actually the fact he's in the movie is just
He's
insane.
like the biggest disgrace known
Like-
to man.
Like the fact, here's the thing, right?
It's hard to put to words, isn't it?
I know, God. Like, one thing I really love in the original one is when the Onceler goes full evil mode. He's like, I represent man, I represent progress, and like that shit was like, that was sad, but it was true,
Yeah.
right? How like
And also,
that-
it is literally true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we don't see his face in the original. Is because
because he is man,
be
he is
anyone.
Man
progress,
himself,
yeah,
yeah.
he is, and that's why it's really fucking impactful. But O'Hare is like the antithesis of that.
Yeah, he's
Right,
just,
he is-
everything wrong with that.
Like he's just another shitty attempt to parody a corporation, but they can't even do that right. And it's so comical, so stupid in the way they go about it. Like with like the commercial scene,
Yeah.
or like where it's like, you're telling me if we make more smog, we make more money.
Yeah, the
It's like,
more smog in the sky, the more people will buy.
I
Yeah.
don't fully mind the his corporation and even the commercial scene. It is cartoonishly evil.
Yeah,
And
it's
I'm
like,
not
and
really
that's,
sure
that's
where
like the big problem with
that's
it.
not like
biggest
the
problem-
worst, but this
biggest
isn't
problem
even the
is-
biggest problem with O'Hare. It's his existence that is the biggest problem.
Yeah.
Because adding a villain to Lorax is the most fucking insane thing you could do with this film. That's like the one thing you shouldn't do.
Like, there shouldn't be a villain. There shouldn't
It's
be a
the-
villain in
it's-
this movie.
You know what the villain is? The greed of man.
Yeah, that's the villain. Like, sure,
You know,
It-
I agree. I agree with you completely. I do think there was like a way where it could have worked, because I think one idea I do kind of like about O'Hare is the idea that once the Onceler tumbles, and I think this probably happens in real life. It doesn't work beautifully with the metaphor, but the idea that the next guy,
yeah.
he's the next Onceler, basically. I think that's where it should be going.
I like that.
I like the
I have this idea.
of
This is veering
I think-
into Miss Potential territory. I won't want to linger here too long. I feel like the O'Hare could have somehow been part of, if we focused on. Fine, no, I'll come back to this later. Actually,
No, but
I have an idea for O'Hare.
I think it would have worked in a better concept and a better idea if maybe it was another faceless man that took over.
yeah.
He's like, now I am the Onceler, and it's just the exact same thing, because that's what it is, right? But like, I think O'Hare can work, but just not in this story and not like this. Because yeah, I do think you're right. I think the idea that there will always be a new O'Hare. There always will be a new Onceler. There will always be someone to continue the shitty cycle. It's not even a cycle; it's a line. Like just the line of
There is something I kind of get about this. I feel like in some way it almost makes sense though, because with the original, I planned for this to be so much of a critique on capitalism itself as much as an environmental message. I think the idea of O'Hare is meant to represent like the end stages when everything is like the Onceler. That's the problem, is the Onceler built it all up, and then O'Hare just takes his place. I think what O'Hare was meant to represent was the idea that once everything else is gone, this is what you're left with. He's this guy the corporations who own everything, and they're brainwashed. You get the idea. In some ways, I kind of like that idea. I do agree, though, that it does mess with the point.
Also, and it just feels like it feels like there's two themes in the movie, right? There's this theme of capitalism, and there's the theme of pollution. And I feel like the first one sort of went, I don't know, maybe I'm kind of stupid, but I feel like this one
That's a
goes a
fair
bit
point,
harder
because-
onto the capitalism than it does the pollution. Because the first one was like, capitalism is causing this, but look at what it's doing. Look at all of this, right? How do we reverse this?
That is a good point, because also that earlier version that I'm glazing so much, it does focus far more on that, and I think the way it does it is way more interesting, and that's also, I think, why they couldn't, like, focus more on environmentalism. Why the studio kind of cut back on it so much was because critiquing capitalism in such a way kind of not a great
Like,
look for
it's
them.
like literally shooting yourself.
I do really like the switching the focus more so to like the system itself in a way, because there is, I think, more recently, correct me if I'm wrong, there's been a lot of stuff where I think the whole push to environmentalism in a lot of cases is just a way to of responsibility to other people.
Oh yeah, no, it is.
So like that's kind of what this does in the same sense, where it's they fix the people, they all fix the trees.
Yeah, they
everything's
all
good.
fix the trees. Everything's okay now. Everything's all good.
Say,
okay.
I just thought of something I do like about the new one.
Really?
It
Okay.
has to do with the ending.
All right. Okay.
I like that the Onceler is helping grow the trees, because what that says to me is it's sort of like an initiative that, maybe the older generation, they cause this problem, but maybe they can do a little something to help. Maybe they can't do everything, but maybe just a little something, because every bit matters, right? Now, whether this has any weight or meaning, or if I'm just crazy, all these are possible things. But this is just something I thought
Yeah.
up of. Continue.
Right. Yeah.
Actually, I guess the soft introduce the next topic. This does remind what you said does remind me. I watched this video essay a long time ago about how the Lego Movie is a metaphor for communism, or it's like of a hypothetical. But they point out all the symbolism in that movie and the way it ends with President Business helping everyone. The idea being that it's not. You know what? I'm just gonna veer into this now.
All right.
So, a long time ago, all the three of us, we had this discussion. I remember Rowan asked me this question, and he initially he hit the, sorry, I'm saying like 50 things at once. The question was, what movie do I think had the most missed potential? Because I have a thing where I keep being like, oh, this movie had so much potential, you know, and I said that a lot, and it irritated him. And my answer was this movie, The Lorax. And I remember when I told him that, he was just like, "What? He's like, what? That's stupid." But I want to explain why I think that.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Go on. I mean, I agree with you. I'll say that. I agree with you.
A while ago, when I said I had that perfect segue, I said this movie is like the movie still thinks it's something deep when it's really when they've gutted it out and left nothing but a shell of something deep. But this story had so much. I think the original story is a masterpiece. Like it's a.
Oh yeah.
And I said this in a drama class once. This is a grand tragedy here.
Yeah.
The way it builds, the symbolism, the layers. I said the thing about, you know, the people having to leave, unless someone like you, like, oh, there's so many. It's there's just so much, and you could have made something so much smarter and so much deeper than that. Like they had everything at their fingertips, and they just threw it away.
Tell me about it.
Completely threw it.
I don't
on
know
the
anything about it.
I was talking about. I brought up the Lego Movie, right? I think the Lego Movie can arguably be an example of like how good this movie could have been. It could have been a movie that was just as appealing to kids and was also just as smart to actually think about it. Just as like, but they didn't try because that would be hard, and it would because this is an Illumination movie.
Yeah.
They threw everything away. So it's just like I think the best way to say it. I think it's time to bring up. I've been talking about the earlier versions. There are 2 prominent demos.
Right. Yeah.
I think it's time we kind of segue into that to really just give Rowan and I guess the audience an idea of what we could have had.
Do we want to play the other?
Because I think me and most of the audience, we do not know about what this movie could have been or what we were missing out on.
Wait, so Mikey,
Yeah.
should we show him Biggering first, or should I tell you about the stuff that's cut from the Thneedville demo?
Talk about the Thneedville demo. We'll get to Biggering.
Okay,
We're gonna lead up to Biggering.
On the soundtrack, there's an early version of Thneedville, and I mentioned before that it has much sharper lyrics, and I do mean that. So, the chorus, for example, the version we have is "Herein got all that we needville." The original line is "got more than we needville," and the original has so many more. Like I guess it's a little over the top, but I think it works. We have I think the opening song. It's like I'm just gonna hold on. Let me pull this up really quick on my phone so I can. I gotta find the lyrics right now because it would be better if I just do that instead of trying to rely on my
You should try to find the lyrics instead of just trying to rely on that.
So the first verse it's in Thneedville, it's a brand new day. We can't see the sun, but we like it that way. Herein got more than we needville. In Thneedville, you're never alone because you've always got the stuff that you own. And then the one line is just got my. Wait, how does this go? It's got lines like just bought my baby a phone. You know, in Thneedville, where the smog is real and all the trees are made of plastic and steel. And there's all these lines where it's showing how corrupt their society is, and I think there's one scene which I cannot imagine why they would have cut this line out. So remember, we watched the original, right? You know the part when they're all blazing the once flare, and they do the "It's carved in everlasting stone." This
Yeah.
original demo had a reference to that. I'm gonna find it right now. Just one place has stayed the same, the hill that bears our founder's name. A tradition we maintain, soon to become a pizza chain. And then they do the pizza chain. And they replaced it with the parking lot bit. But like, one, it acknowledges. I just don't get why they would cut this. Because one, it's a cool reference to the original, but also it adds more to the background. Because now they know who the Once-Wear is. They remember him, and he's been erased purely just by their own greed and their own consumerism. He's been consumed by consumers.
It almost sort of paints a picture like they're eating themselves alive.
Like, they took down Mount Rushmore and built a Pizza Hut on top of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, which is really kind of say how
and this-
fucking cool that is, like how like horrifying that is.
Yeah, and this version of the song, like all that stuff we said about Thneedville, the idea how poorly it's executed and how perfect it all seems in the movie, this version gives us a much better idea of all the problems in Thneedville. The sky, they never see the sun. There's smog everywhere. The only line they kept for some reason was the "I just went swimming and now I glow." Like that's the whole. Like, doesn't that sound way more interesting?
I mean, it sounds so much, but I mean, it sounds like it just helps a lot more with like world building and just clarifying.
And I mentioned this a long time ago. Taylor Swift, when I said Taylor Swift didn't need to be here, because they already had a much better motivation for Ted. In this demo, Ted has a whole verse where he's talking about. I'm just gonna read the first few lines just to give you an idea. Where is it? Oh. All I ever wanted was a Wazit. I would never flaunt it. Oh, how I'd use it. Everybody has one, like Jared, Julie, and Jim. And even Ronald Shook has one, and nobody's lamer than him. And I would play with it all day and never ever lose it. And then he keeps going into, and then the next part is, except for the time that I wanted a scooter, a cell phone, a trombone, a laptop, a computer. So he's going through. So Ted, he's a spoiled brat. He's like, I want this toy, I want that. They keep going through all these toys, and it keeps, it's like a bunch of fads, basically, is the idea. And I just realized now how much I prefer the idea of all the references being fun Dr. Seuss words.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also, this is actually really funny. I'm just rereading that line. So he's consumerist. He wants to be popular. He wants to be cool. He got all the things. His original motivation to get a tree wasn't to impress Taylor Swift. His motivation was to get a tree because nobody else has one.
Ooh.
He wants to be the only kid in Thneedville to have this cool thing. And then naturally, over the course of the story, he learns to be smarter.
I like
Isn't
that.
that so much more compelling?
It is way more compelling and way better. And it's also just basic character development. He starts out like a shitty little brat. He just wants, just to have status. Then he learns the importance of a tree. And then he's like, oh shit.
Exactly. There's also a lot of I haven't seen much of it. This is an area I'm not nearly as well versed in. There is a lot of early concept art of this movie. You have earlier ideas of what the Once-Wear could look like. A couple of these make him look like the Grinch. Actually, that's kind of cool. It does actually make a lot of sense that the Once-Wear would be a Grinch.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, and near the
anyway,
end,
But there's earlier stuff. I think I saw somewhere early concept art of how the air stuff works. Like a character, there's a Who character in like a full oxygen suit.
I think that would paint the world as much more dystopian.
Yeah.
Like here's an idea I had a long time ago. What if instead of like Jello, they gotta eat like fucking worms and shit?
Yeah.
I just paint
They
this
gotta eat
society.
like nasty shit.
That sort of explain more like they're like more apprehensive to eat it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, stop playing with your food. It's like it's moving.
What else was I feel like there was another thing that I did bring up earlier that I didn't want to veer into because that would be suggesting something else. Oh wait, I remember now. O'Hare. I had this idea for O'Hare. What if O'Hare was like once was like secretary or something? Like what if he worked at
like-
Sneedco
That'd have been interesting.
that would have been good.
and he becomes and it just have some build up in the story for how he becomes the next step.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it also would have been more interesting if because I hate O'Hare's origin in the where it's just like I wonder what the next $1 million idea will be, and you're like, oh yeah, I wonder. And then you just like, what? Doesn't tell me shit about how he came up with the idea for air.
Yeah.
I guess the only sign is the dude coughs.
The idea, the guy starts coughing because the air is so shitty. I think that's meant to be what it is.
I mean, like, I don't know. It's still just, I don't know.
There's a lot of
like,
stuff in movies where
I feel like it would have been better executed if it was like rich people are usually born off of other like rich people, like what you're saying, him being a secretary or some way like connected to the Onceler. He was able to get off of him and start his own business using that momentum or something like that, right? Because that's it doesn't happen all the time where some dude like the Onceler comes up with this crazy invention idea, right? But I mean, I guess I'm just nitpicking at this point, but
also, now that we're talking about this is one thing about the story that's always bothered me. What the hell happened to his factory?
Yeah, where'd it go?
Yeah, what the hell happened?
There should be like a lot
So,
more.
also, where the hell is he living? We never saw that structure. Wouldn't it be cool if that was like the home he first made?
Yeah.
Like he was stuck in the home he first made?
That's all he's left with.
Oh,
Yeah.
actually,
Or like, what if he was stuck in his like fortress, like in his throne room? But no.
I think because in the animation you can see where that section is. Like it's clearly a part of it.
Yeah.
But where did the rest of it go?
Yeah. Like what happened? Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, he's just obsessed with marshmallows because he asked for marshmallows one day.
This movie has a marshmallow fetish.
Yeah, and then he sucks on you.
He's like
out of the two, like a freak. And he's all like, oh, like damn,
I'm just
bro.
now realizing how much cooler it would have. Like I'm looking at the earlier concept art. Like I get why, I kind of see why they didn't do it, but also I think it may have been a lot more interesting if they did go with. Like, these concept arts show more Dr. Seussy designs rather than the standard
Illumination ones.
O'Hare looks. You said it earlier. O'Hare looks nothing like a Dr. Seuss character.
Yeah, he does not look like Dr. Seuss would have ever drawn.
I mean, he just has no energy, no Dr. Seuss energy at all, man. He just looks like a Despicable Me character.
Yeah.
Like these early Onceler designs actually.
Also, can I just say, like,
God, wait, there's so many of these, and a couple of them are actually kind of neat references to other shit. Like there's one that looks like the guy from Sam I Am. Sorry, the guy from Green Eggs and Ham. Whatever that guy is, I don't know what he is. And I think there's one that's
Guy
like
Am I or something.
IMI. That kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
There's one that I think is almost a Sneetch, maybe. No, the Sneetches had bills. Never mind.
Yeah, they got bills.
But, God, these designs could have been more.
That's remind me. Okay, hold on, real quick side tangent. That reminded me, in the original script for the Jim Carrey Grinch, the Grinch was supposed to have like the skulls of the Cat in the Hat, and like the Sneetches as well for some reason, and like Horton.
That's kind of hilarious, honestly.
They cut it out though because Dr. Seuss's widow was like, "Get that shit out of here."
Would have been funny.
How was she not able to stop the Cat in the Hat one before it got out of control? Sorry, that's off topic. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
We should watch that movie.
Well, it's okay. AC,
Not next,
AC, you're like obligated now to do any Dr. Seuss one now.
Anyway, I wrote this down earlier. I think it's kind of interesting. I wrote that the Cat in the Hat and the Lorax seem like they're kind of similar, if not like the same. In the new Cat in the Hat movie, there's like this mass society They all gotta help people. do
You've gone
things.
too far, cat. That is so stupid.
Like, you know, like that weird like organization that sends these beings out for these quests.
Yeah.
It feels like the
Mary
Lorax
Poppins.
would also be like would be one of them. Like because both the Lorax, there's a lot of similarities between the Lorax and the Cat in the Hat, where they're both these strange cosmic entities that just appear in the story.
Do shit and
try
then
and
leave,
get the
or don't do
learn
shit.
the lesson, and then when they don't, and then at the end they both disappear. They both go. They walk away. But the difference is the Lorax failed and the Cat in the Hat succeeded.
Well, here's the
Yeah.
thing: the Lorax didn't go too far.
You've
Unlike
gone too
Cat.
far, cat. That's.
Unlike him.
Well, we can talk about that movie later, though.
I think that line. No, we shouldn't talk about that right now.
Yeah, we'll get to that
Have
when
you
we're
noticed that
done
that's, like,
talking about the
A lot of
Lorax.
Dr. Seuss books, though, seem like to have the same structure of thing with a problem. Weird guy shows up to fix the problem in an unconventional way. He doesn't really like it gets completely out of control. The guy fucks off and leaves.
That is true.
That's
A lot of them do like have the same formula.
Sneetches has that formula as well.
The only one that doesn't is like Yertle the Turtle.
Turtle- Yeah.
Or the Grinch doesn't really have
The Grinch
that.
doesn't have that either. Yeah.
The Grinch is just a cosmic entity.
The Grinch is the only one that doesn't have that weird Mary Poppins-esque cosmic entity vibe.
That's because he's an asshole.
Assholes can't be cosmic entities. Oh yeah, what about Pennywise?
Shit, that's true.
Alright. Okay, we gotta.
I feel like Pennywise is a bit more than an asshole though. So
Yeah,
I
you
could
say
be
it's
wrong.
like your grandma saying Thanos is like a bully.
Yeah, I'm like, well, he's a bit past that.
Thanos, that big bully.
Kind of like a bully.
Big
Anyway,
meanie.
we gotta. I think it's time to really sell how much missed potential there was. We gotta show Rowan biggering.
All right, we're going into biggering. Okay.
Okay, wait,
Oh.
because are you gonna do the standard?
Oh, do you want to have like the visuals?
Yeah, I would like to see the visuals.
Okay.
Like, are you gonna do the standard storyboard? Because I think there's one I like a bit more actually.
No, we're gonna do the storyboard because it's the.
No, I'm saying there was like another animatic that I like a bit more. But I
Was
guess
it
you can.
official?
It might be a better idea.
We gotta
to
do
just
the official thing. We're not.
We gotta do the official one. I'm sorry. The other one is cooler, but this one's fine.
Getting out the podcast and on to televisione mode. Hold on, we gotta scoot everyone. AC, you wanna be with Rowan or do you wanna be with me? Pick your
What?
pick who you wanna be with.
Rowan, I guess.
Okay.
Yee.
All right. Rowan, you're in here.
Yep.
Am I hitting the watch stream? Is that where I need to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
3, 2. Do you hear that fine?
Oh, I hear it.
No,
All right.
I don't hear anything.
At first I didn't realize I needed all this stuff.
Oh wait, no, I do now. It's just really
I had
quiet.
a little cottage, and that cottage was enough. A place where I could sit.
You turn it up a little bit.
All right.
Turn up the stream volume.
Where I could sell my
Oh wait, yeah, sorry, you don't need to do that.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
my bad.
I've had a little time to reassess my needs, and I need a bigger office. I need a bigger chair, a bigger desk, a bigger staff, a bigger hat to wear, because I'm biggering. I'm figuring on biggering, and biggering is triggering more biggering. Hey, listen up, meathead. I'm gonna say this once, and I'm not gonna repeat it. Greed, see, it's like a little pet. All right? And the more and more and more that you go and feed it, the more hungry it'll get. But, you really can't blame greed. No, that's stupid. You see, it's got a worm inside, Everybody's an animal that's trying to survive. It's struggling and fighting just to keep itself alive. I must keep figuring, I'm figuring, I'm figuring. Though figuring is triggering more figuring. I won't stop figuring. I'm figuring, I'm figuring. And figuring is triggering more figuring. With the customers all buying and the money multiplying and the PR people lying and the lawyers are denying. Who cares if some things are dying? I don't wanna hear you crying. This is all so
So,
What the fuck? It's so good.
Yeah.
That
getting
song is
serious.
fire.
Like the song
it's getting
itself is
serious
really good,
sci-fi.
actually. The song
Yeah.
is so good.
That is straight fire,
Like,
bro.
that's-
That end part, that sound, bro. They got like
Yeah.
that Pink Floyd bass
Yeah,
and
yeah,
guitar in the
it's
background.
it's a Pink Floyd song in this movie. But it's
That
not
is
even,
straight up a Pink Floyd
it's like
song.
an actual Pink Floyd song. That's why I love it so much, actually.
Just
What the fuck?
imagine if the whole movie was something like this.
The whole movie
though.
could have
Like,
been that.
a whole movie of that. That's what I mean when I
Holy
say this is the
shit.
biggest missed potential.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, I'm not sure when this would have been cut because it's not like you can just swap this out with how bad it can I be and it fixes everything.
No. And it's
It also-
it
not
would,
even that.
tonally, it would be such big whiplash.
Yeah, 'cause
Imagine
other
if the
thing,
whole
though,
movie
is-
was just normal, then biggering just happened.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
the other thing,
whoa.
it also doesn't fit the same part, you know? Like,
Yeah.
clearly. So I feel like this came from just a very different movie entirely. Probably the same movie without the Taylor Swift character, where it was more, focused on critiquing consumerism and stuff.
Yeah.
And I want to see what that would have been so bad.
I do too, cause like this movie, like the main thing that makes me the most mad now, honestly, when watching it, is the fact that this movie could be so much better.
It could have been better than the original.
It could have, honestly, it honestly could have actually just straight up been better than the original version. But
It could have been.
But that's only it could have been. It only could have.
I had this idea a long time
fucking
ago.
sad,
Because here's the thing, I don't think we're ever going to get this a movie like that. I
No.
don't think we're going to get another Lorax.
No.
No, we never will. And
What you could do, I think what they could do though,
One day when we're adults, we might.
you could do, what I want there to be. I think
we're
someone
already
should make
adults
like
now.
a full-on like stage musical out of this.
yeah.
When's the
I-
perfect
I-
time to have a short, stubby, obese man, paint him orange, put a big
Yeah.
old mustache on
But,
him?
like, I think someone should take my comparison here would be Hunchback.
Yeah.
How they took the Disney movie's music and changed the story around it.
You think they could do the same for this movie?
Like I think they could do something like that they could keep. You could specifically the early demos. Really, the only other song other than this and Thneed would probably. I do like some variant of Everybody Needs a Thneed.
Yeah.
But again, like make more and then write more music. That's more. Here's the thing with Everybody Needs a Thneed and Thneedville. Why I don't mind how poppy they are, is because it kind of it fits the tone. I think that they were going. The idea was
If it's the consumerism.
it's so poppy and cheesy. Like
Yeah.
it's all that, right? and that's why this song isn't like that. Is that it's the only one where that's not the point, where it's not meant to paint a picture of this itsy, stupid
Yeah.
mob of, you know. In times like this, where my
Bickering just sort of
fails me the most.
bickering just sort of feels like it was an attack on all companies.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that, and
And
that's
all
like that's like the main
capitalism.
problem though. We can't have that considering the marketing for this movie, if you remember.
Yeah.
That's
Or
a
also just-
woman.
That's a woman.
That's
That's
a
a
woman?
woman. That's
That's
a
a woman?
woman. That's a woman. That's a woman.
Hey guys, did you guys know
Guys.
that's a woman?
A woman.
Get a car, buy our cars, buy our printers, buy everything we have.
Like, there are sections of How Bad Can I Be that I do think are genuinely good, but most of that song is terrible.
Yeah,
it's
no,
like a,
it
so
sounds
it's
awful.
kind of.
It's unbearably
it's-
cheesy,
How
AC.
bad
You are
I think it's
nostalgical.
funny.
And I beat.
I think it's funny. Like in some ways, it is.
It's not
like,
even the worst song in the movie though.
Yeah,
No,
but I
but-
think because Let It Grow just is eye roll heavy. This one I think is like almost so bad it's good.
No, I think
Yeah.
I
It's like, it's also annoyingly catchy. Like, it gets stuck in your ear. It's like a little fucking earworm. Like, goddamn. Because when I was looking for my glasses, I was like, fuck.
how bad can I be? I the door will come naturally.
I like
Randy
I think
Newman,
the
how
part
bad
that
can I
keep
be?
that-
Oh
that
yeah,
does
hold on.
stick with
Hey,
me.
hold on, wait. Oh God, Rowan, why did you say that?
Listen, man,
Anyway,
a
though,
boy can
I wanted to
dream.
say, would you think it's fair to compare Biggering to Hellfire, Rowan?
Fuck yeah.
feels-
Yeah,
Same
no,
aura.
yeah,
It's
same
a-
aura.
It feels like it's a villain.
It's like
song
it's
on
like
that
it's
level.
like the villain like crescendo moment
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
like who they are now and what they want and like facing and like sort of like them finalizing their choice.
I love that.
For
kind of villain
Onceler,
song where it's like,
Onceler, it was finalizing that he's a capitalist bastard that will only perpetuate the cycle, and for Frollo it was talking to a woman.
It's being horny.
You know.
That's what it was.
That's really all that was, and I gotta say, can relate. I mean, just joking, just joking.
Yeah, I too can relate to the Onceler. Oh wait, no, you're talking about Frollo. Oh, never mind.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
no, we was talking about the Onceler totally. What are you talking about?
yeah,
Mike? You don't-
Onceler. Yeah, no, I relate to the. I don't relate to no one.
Me personally, I deeply identify with Frollo.
I kind of like you and me are like me and like Mikey are jumping around the question,
Spiritual level, I just
and then
it's
AC
so
is just
AC's just
and
jumping.
AC's just
straight-
like AC's like, nah, not me. Yeah, I'm just horny.
We
I'm
got-
not- I'm
look
not
at
a
this,
good
we
guy."
got
we've
the-
all been in the situation.
Look at this.
Like,
Look at this. We got like the spectrum of like right over here at this corner is the Onceler. The other corner is Frollo.
Girl. Well, is there anything else we gotta say?
I think we
I think we're done.
We're done.
It's almost been 2 hours, so yeah, I think that's all we have to say about the 2012 Lorax.
Oh, I'm disappointed. I gotta pee, and
We're not done yet, Roland.
shit.
You can okay, we can pee. We can have a brief intermission.
Okay, real quickly, what are we doing next though?
Well, we still have to talk about the 70s movie.
oh wait, I didn't realize we were actually talking about that. I
No,
thought we just watched that for reference.
We are going
purposes.
to talk about this one.
Okay, well, I guess bathroom break time.
Yep, intermission.
Mikey in the edit, you gotta play funny elevator music. Okay, bye.
There's already been music playing the whole time, but okay.
Play
I don't know what that is. We'll be right back. You, the audience, have to sit here and watch us be quiet. Uh-oh. That was weird. Oh, hey, you can still hear me. But I still haven't used the bathroom yet, so, goodbye. is. Oh. They're both still pissing. The hell?
I'm here.
Ah. I guess we're waiting for air conditioning then to finish up his piss.
Yep.
Well, we're gonna go to G Fest.
I'm so hyped.
Yeah, so we're gonna be at G Fest. That'll be cool.
Be cool. It's like my favorite day of the year.
Yeah, yeah. They got Ultraman and Gambler, the kid from the first Gamera movie there. So that'll be fun.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It'll be a good
It's
ass
all
time.
coming together.
Oh yeah. It's all coming together.
Oh yeah. It's all coming together. Right there.
I love the song. You see,
Well, AC's not here yet. Okay, I wanted to talk
back,
about this
we're
with you.
back.
Oh, god damn it. Okay, never mind. We can talk about it.
I didn't.
Right. 1972 Lorax.
It's when we started watching this, one of the earlier notes I wrote was when we started watching the Illumination one, I just wrote, God, now I just want to watch the original.
Yeah, I mean, I did.
Oh.
When we were done, I wanted to watch the original.
Oh,
I think maybe we should have watched the original before we watched the second one.
Maybe.
Probably.
Yeah.
However, I think honestly, like it's still very good. Like I was thinking about like all like the tone and stuff, but it hits so much harder. But I do have a few gripes with the original now that we watched it.
All right. Yeah.
I think it's like in some sections it drags a little bit. Like it feels like we're really trying to get to 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And like some of this didn't need to be here. It feels like loading. A couple of these like song numbers, for example, I just didn't really need a whole song.
Yeah, I get that. Like
there's I think the best example is when the one star gets on the phone and he starts rambling about business and shit.
Yeah.
Before the Lorax busts in, like that scene feels so. Yeah, like just
I'll say this. You can definitely like this is a very 70s like short, like with like the music and like with the
animation-wise though. I think out of all the Dr. Seuss shorts I've seen, this one had by far the best.
I don't know. I think like it's not the best. Like I think. I mean, I know you don't agree with me, but I do think even though you don't agree, I think the Grinch probably still looks the best.
The Grinch has more character, but it's also so apparently cheap, like so visibly cheap in a lot of areas.
Yeah. But I mean, so does this one.
Or Mikey, he's a Chuck Jones
Not
fan.
really. This one has because there was really only one time where
Hey, wait, Rowan, listen. Rowan, I like Fritz Freleng more, and Fritz Freleng did the Lorax, okay?
Yeah, okay, keep on talking, Chucker.
I like Fritz more than I like Chuck Jones, okay?
Like
It's what they all
Grinch
say,
has better
pal.
colors, I think.
I'll say it does.
With this one specifically, you don't really need super bright color. Like you need it for some parts, but also the darker colors only make for.
I like how very
better when we get to how depressing it is. Yeah.
I love how dreary this movie looks by the end.
Very, very sad.
Yeah.
There's also one point, I think one major change that the animation makes that the movie added back in, and I think it was probably a good move. In the book, you have to pay the ones you need a nickel, an old nail, and like the shell of a great grandfather. Basically in the book you need to pay the onceler for him to tell you the story.
Yeah.
Which shows that he really hasn't changed at all.
Yeah, which I love that.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's
I
like,
it,
well, I'll
but
tell
also-
you if you pay me.
I'll tell you if you give me money.
So at the same time, I kind of like how the current version, I think it makes it makes slightly more sense.
Yeah, I think.
But I do like
so-
that. Like, honestly, it's kind of more realistic. My voice crack. It's kind of more realistic because, like even after he's learned all this, he's still not going to change a total 180. He's still going to be a bit of a greedy bastard.
Well, you know what?
so
You know what I
him-
think would have probably sold that more, and this is a hot take. I think maybe if we kept the him demanding payment, I think you would have had to cut the part where he talks to himself, mostly for pacing purposes,
Yeah.
but also because like it shows he has less of a conscience, and it kind of makes more sense that he's like, yeah, no, pay me, asshole,
Pay
pay
me.
me, I'll tell you my story.
Yeah.
And also, it does feel it does just feel kind of weird. Yeah, just the way he just gets right into it. It feels like we're missing a bit of an introduction here.
Yeah.
You know what's missing? You know what's really missing from the 70s version?
What?
The pipe. That really long pipe that
Right.
he
Yeah.
speaks
The
into.
pipe isn't there.
That visual, I think, is sorely missed. We
Yeah, because
really
he just talks in this version.
like just the way the atmosphere that could be created. That was a really missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Also, I guess the pipe kind of gives a better excuse for why he hasn't done anything yet. Because, like, he's clearly old as hell. He probably can't even get out of that tower.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, 70s version is so much
Like,
better.
Eons better than the fucking.
It has such a sense of dread. The entire thing, in certain scenes, feels like just the building
And,
dread.
like-
The part where the Lorax is like desperately explaining how difficult it is to grow trees. And then
Yeah,
let 'em
he's just like-
grow, let them grow,
Yeah.
and they just
Takes 10 more years.
Yeah, and like tonally too, like it's this like tonally like it gets the book. It feels like it's directly the book, which isn't a surprise because this was back when Dr. Seuss was like directly working with these. So like
Yeah.
No, it's kind of it is rather the weirdest thing I found about like all the animated shorts is the fact that like all the changes that were made were from Seuss himself, and it's kind of weird. It doesn't feel like it was him.
you know what, I bet the thing with the window probably was for animation purposes.
That's probably true. Yeah, that
But
probably.
I would have preferred the bucket and then the lawn.
But this is like UPA era, so like they don't have enough money to actually make it look that good.
But this one, for the most part, except for like the reused assets, I guess in a lot of areas, it doesn't feel like we're being lazy.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
I guess now that I'm thinking about it, I could see, yeah, we're repeating the same thing a lot, but it doesn't feel that. Like, it's not like the Grinch, like, dropping down the hill the exact same way, like, 3 different times, and then pulling the exact same move, like, at all the different points. Because it, like, with a lot of this, reused animation honestly adds to the tone. The monotony of it all. Like when he's building his house, the same motions or the machinery, repeating it over and over again.
yeah.
It actually just really adds to which is why I think this one is just, the animation is so good, is just because it's the one where I don't feel the budget that much.
I'll give you that. I don't feel how cheap it is,
Like it's
but
still
like,
cheap,
but
I
like
guess. but I don't
undoubtedly, I
see
do think it is cheap animation.
it is cheap. It's the one where it's the least obvious.
Yeah.
For the
You
Grinch,
could say the one where it works to its favor.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
it's like it mind controls you into thinking the animation's good.
which
I don't think it's mind
makes it
control.
kind of
If
genius.
I
it
think
was any other film, it would work. It wouldn't work.
Yeah, but because of this movie, it works. With this short, it works well.
I like a lot of the. I think that at a certain point the songs started to get a little annoying,
Yeah.
but a lot of them are also still pretty good.
Yeah. And although again,
Like-
it is like again not like it's a that big of a problem, but like Jesus, this is a like you can tell this
Yeah,
was
it only
made in the
starts to become a
70s.
problem when like it's at some point I'm like, okay, come on, we're doing another one.
We're doing yeah, come on, we're going again.
Like I just,
Come on.
you could trim it down a little bit.
Yeah.
I think I really love the solemn. Oh, he's a jolly good one.
Yeah, I like the sad version of that.
Like that really just shows. Like it's beautiful, really.
Yeah,
It really sells everything about this.
it does have such a charm too to it, even like
I
especially
know,
with
know
that
how we gotta.
drawer.
I had an idea. I probably shouldn't do that, but it'd be really funny.
What?
Since we've seen the '70s version in this movie, should we end it off by showing Rowan the that Lorax World War I thing?
No,
That's
we're
the
not
version.
doing that.
Come on.
No, we're not doing that.
Buzzkill. It'd be hilarious.
How bad? We're already at like 2 hours. I think it's
fair.
about time to wrap it up actually.
The original is better in virtually every single way.
Yeah.
There's really no comparison here. The movie had the potential to be it, but they wasted it.
They wasted it really badly.
It'll never stop bothering
Well,
me. That they threw it away.
I mean, they just wasted. They were too afraid.
You were this close.
Yeah. But
I think that's it.
that's it. Thank you for watching. Oh wait, hold on, Rowan. The thing I wanted to tell you. Actually, I'll just say it.
Don't Rise of Skywalker me. Tell me
No,
it now.
I'll tell you right now. Okay, so I checked my phone earlier. I was like, oh my god, what? And then I checked. They're gonna do a Terrifier like scary house at Halloween Horror
Why are we
Nights.
putting this in the?
Because it doesn't
Oh.
matter. We talk about stuff after we're done.
Bro,
Anyway.
we talked about Dragon Ball commercials at the end of the last one.
Yeah, we can talk about whatever we want now.
As a bad organization. Okay.
I mean, it's kind of the whole point. Like when we're done talking about the main thing, then we can just go off and talk about whatever we want.
I do have something I do need to attend to, so it's not going to go as long as it did last time.
Yeah, but yeah, they're gonna have a Terrifier horror house at Halloween Horror Nights this year, which sounds horrifying.
That sounds horrific.
Yeah.
I don't want to go, but I also do want to go. So conflicted.
Well, I mean, the problem with that would mean that you would have to go to Florida or LA.
Yikes. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, so you probably shouldn't go.
So, to wrap it all up,
Yep.
Illumination
all
1,
jolly good
the
monsters
definition of
us.
missed potential,
Yep.
and companies being too afraid to send out a message, especially when it goes against them. The original is a really great adaptation of the book. And yeah, I think that's about it. Well, this was
This was-
We're all
our
jolly good oncelers, aren't we all?
we're all jolly good ones. Slayers are all jolly good ones.
jolly good one, slurs. I will say, thank you so much, AAC Productions, for joining this episode of the podcast. I actually emailed him. I was like, hey, I know you don't know me, but like,
yeah,
would you join our
it was-
small
he was
indie
such
podcast?
such a nice man, this AAC.
and
Never-
yeah,
Never seen
and
this person.
Such a nice man.
yeah, and we were like, hey, join our podcast. It only has one episode, and he was like,
That's
who the
totally
fuck are you?
Yep, and he was.
And why am I so want to do
Yeah,
it?
and he was
right?
totally never here before. This is his first time on this podcast.
So this is a great,
Only-
this is a
in
great
my
meeting
first
you.
appearance,
Yep,
I definitely wasn't originally brought on to recast one of our hosts.
yep, nope. That none of that
I
ever
was- I
happened.
was
No,
always
there is
in-
no
it was always
issues.
intended to be-
Well, I don't know what
always
they're
intended
talking
to
about
be the
being all
special
suspicious.
guest.
Like,
Yeah.
I have never had one of these two individuals locked up in my basement for any reason.
Nope, none of that ever happened.
Never.
That never happened.
And I'm not currently holding a gun to their head.
Yep. Nothing.
Garfield, what do you think?
Yeah, let's hear Garfield's thought.
That's about what I thought.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming in today.
Yep,
thank you for joining
for,
us.
joining.
Hopefully you can come back. I know you're very busy. You know, you're always working on these videos.
And yeah, you're contractually obligated to join us for any time we do a Dr. Seuss movie.
Yeah, you did sign that in the email.
Yeah.
Please, for the love of God, don't make me do.
Nope.
Horton
We're
Hears
gonna talk about Cat in the Hat,
Who. Okay, I'm more okay with that.
and Horton Hears a Who, and The Grinch, and
Probably just all of them.
all
We'll
of
get
them.
around
Yeah,
to
you're
it.
gonna join anytime we do a Dr. Seuss movie. You're gonna do
What
it.
I mean,
have
I'd
to
like you to
nothing.
join for other things
Yeah.
because you know, watching your channel, I think you kind of like Spider-Man.
Yeah,
too, so
can
maybe
talk,
that could-
if we ever talk about Spider-Man, we'll talk about Spider-Man with you.
Anyways, so yeah, that was today's episode. Thank y'all so much
Yep.
for joining and listening to us rant and rave
Yep.
about a very dumb movie from like what, 10 years ago?
2012, and it
Probably,
still feels really outdated, despite not even. It's.
Amazing.
It is
God.
extremely outdated.
Well,
Yeah.
that's all from us. Night, y'all.
Yep. See ya. Night, 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 fellas.